All right, let's get in a quick devotional. Give it to Yahuah, right? He gives everything to us. Those who follow in his ways, there are blessings, and those who do not, there are curses. So and these are all a bunch of different scriptures put into one. Then those who feared Yahuah spoke with one another. Yahuah paid attention and heard them, and a book of remembrance was written before him of those who feared Yahuah and esteemed his name. While they were talking and discussing together, Yahushua himself drew near and went with them. For where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there am I among them. My fellow workers, whose names are in the book of life. So my fellow workers whose names are in the book of life. We want to be in that book of life. Life, not the book of death, right? We want to be the one in that book of those who feared him. Not just like fear, like you fear your father if you did something wrong, which is good too in a way. If you know you did wrong and you fear, that means you have a conscience, that you know what you did was wrong and hopefully you don't do it again. But also esteem, you esteem him. Reverence, they say, I believe it is. Just because of love, you fear. There's love in fear. Let the word of Messiah dwell in you richly, teaching and admonishing one another in all wisdom, singing psalms and hymns and spiritual songs with thankfulness in your hearts to God. But exhort one another every day, as long as it is called today, that none of you may be hardened by the deceitfulness of sin. I tell you, on the day of judgment, people will give account for every careless word they speak. For by your words you will be justified, and by your words you will be condemned. Behold, it is written before me. Wow, a lot to chew up in here. First of all, I wanted to point out that Yahuah paid attention to those who hears him. He paid attention so much that there was a book of remembrance was written before him of those who feared him. There's a book. So then we go back to there's a book of life. Also, I like the fact that it says but exhort one another. Also admonish one another. Let's speak life unto people, right? And not be hardened by the deceitfulness of sin, because sin is deceitful. What we see in the world going on right now, we're being deceived into thinking certain parties or certain affiliations are good for us when they are not. They're not of Yahuah. They're not of God. And I tell you, on the day of judgment, here we go. It's very important. Everybody should hear it. I hear it too. And I speak to myself too when I say these folks, that, the day of judgment will come and we will account for everything that we do. And there's nothing that I can say or do that will get me into the heavens, into the gates of the new heaven and new earth. Nothing I can say or do. All I know is that Messiah did it for me. He paid that price. So when it comes down to it, what am I going to say? I'm just going to tell him I give account to what I did. I'm a sinner. I did bad, sinful things. I've repented for them. But there's nothing I can do. Well, Messiah did it for me. He paid that price that I deserve. For by your words you will be justified, and by your words you will be condemned. Speak life, people. I talk about this to myself. Sometimes you get caught up in that work world. You may be joking and things like that, but if, like I said to myself, if I'm thinking about it, even if it's a joke, then obviously my spirit's saying, you need to stop. Like I said, I'm speaking to myself too. Speak life into people, right? Because by our words we will be condemned. Behold, it is written before me. That's Isaiah 65:6, that last one. Behold, it is written before me. But Messiah is telling us before I just read Isaiah. So I tell you, on the day of judgment, people will give account for every careless word they speak. So let's not be careless with our words. Let's stop and think before we say something. Stop saying, I probably shouldn't say that. I shouldn't be thinking it either. You know what I mean? So anyways, do all you can do in life to please God, to please Yahuah. And I'm telling you, you will see the blessings come. And you will not experience the curses. Not to say you won't have good times, bad times, but I speak from experience. Having him on your side is the best way to go. So let's speak life to each other, love each other. Thank you.